Today I'm going to be showing you one of the Cuben fiber tarps that I made. This is exactly 3 linear yards of fabric, so it's 9 feet by the roll width, which is 54 inches, and it came out to a finished size of 52 inches by 8 feet 10 inches. It is made out of a 0.51 ounce Cuben fiber and reinforced on the corners with your 0.48 ounce Cuben fiber. Now what I decided to do was go ahead and tape, excuse me a sec. What I decided to do was go ahead and tape the reinforcements and then go ahead and sew the edge and then bar tack. I used a 3/4 inch lightweight nylon webbing on this. I probably could have used a 1/2 inch. I've made a few like this. I think next time I will use the 1/2 inch and see how that works out. It's a little bit windy today, excuse me. But that's it. Weighs 2.9 ounces. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up my favorite way so you guys can take a look at it. All right, the wind is making this a bit of a challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up behind me. I'm gonna do like a half pyramid. It's by far my favorite setup. It gives me the most storm protection. And there's also 2 ways to do this. I'm gonna set it up first by using lines in the corners. But you can also set it up without, which gets it closer to the ground. And when you have a lot of heavy rain, it's a little bit better coverage. But I'm going to go ahead and use the lines in the corner, 18 inches. And I'm going to set it up that way first. I'm going to start out with the 2 rear. I'm not going to pull them tight. I'm going to pull them straight, but I'm not going to put any tension on it and make them tight. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and set my pole down to just about waist level. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can wrap it around the pole. I like to put it in a loop like that. And go ahead and stake it down. Okay, now for the 2 front corners, I have 18-inch lines again. Okay, now on the middle of the rear and the sides, I have 3-foot guy lines. That is going to be to slightly raise the rear and the sides, and it gives me a little bit of extra headroom, and also gives me a little bit more airflow. I like to do this as opposed to put tie-outs in the middle of the tarp, because to me that's just a place for a leak waiting to happen. Even if you seam seal it, I mean, fabric can stretch, and you can end up with a leak when you least expect it. So I'm going to go ahead and put stakes in the rear and the 2 sides. Okay, now it's not going to be the roomiest shelter in the world, but for 2.9 ounces, packs about in the palm of your hand. This is the way I've been going for the last few years now. I have a spinnaker tarp I made a few years ago, exactly the same size. 9 times out of 10, when I'm in the wilderness, that's what I sleep under. Okay, I'm going to bring you around the shelter real quick so you can check it out. Now, when I started to set it up, I noticed it was upside down, and I decided to leave it like that, so that way you can see how I did the tie-outs in the corners. Okay, I taped the heavier Cuben fiber on, and then went ahead and did my hem, and then bar tacked. I think I called it lightweight nylon webbing before. It's actually 3/4 inch grosgrain. And that's your side tie-outs. And if you notice, on the corners, I started out with 18-inch skylines, 6 foot in the front, and on the middle of each side and the rear, I used the 3 foot. And it pulls the side up just a hair to give me a little bit more room and also increase airflow. Now, one other option I do have is to go ahead and stake the rear corners and the front corners directly to the ground. And that's what I'd consider like storm mode. When you get heavy rain, some wind, it gives you the best protection. So that's my 2.9 ounce Cuben fiber tarp made out of a 0.51 per square ounce Cuben fiber. Maybe next time I make one, I'll shoot it and throw it on YouTube so you guys can see how it's done. Although Cuben fiber is very expensive, it's also very easy to work with and very easy to make a tarp like this on a home sewing machine. I'm Anthony with wildgear.us. Thanks for watching. Take care.